Hello again, I'm Coyote Jackman, and look, I'm aware of the of all of this shit show that is happening on X. But hey, at least it's bringing us a lot of the information that people have expected that when it comes to pushing ideologies, because this is something that even people have noticed before, and I talk about this a little, at least with my 5 cents opinions. There is certain push of this stuff. For example, we covered collected shit, Sweet Baby Inc., and well, Black Rock. Those to give you the most mainstream examples. Those came from certain countries, and those countries want to push ideologies onto others. Social engineering is what they call it. And the funny thing is how they do it for the most time is by sending their proxies. And those proxies are like those influencers LARPing as another nationality. And this is a topic that has been happening a lot for quite a while on this era of the internet. And we have seen like the push of censorship, feminism, wokeness in video games for the most part, dog shit, globalist ideology. That's something that I share my peace of mind a lot. And yeah, you never LARP as another nationality unless you want to get exposed real hard. But looks like for quite a while it was impossible for certain accounts that they grew so big. And Elon Musk, like I don't know what he's thinking. I see this one that is, oh man, is bringing a shitstorm. For example, when it comes to video games, we have seen two retards, this shield and this other one. What's the difference? Apparently, this one uses a VPN, but it's that says it's from Turkey, but he's using a VPN and he did something. And the other one, this one is actually from Jordan. So what does this mean? We have seen these fuckers shielding for access media and also pushing transformer ideology into video games, defending it. And it's hilarious because you're probably thinking, but hey, in these countries they don't allow that shit. Why he's doing that? Well, just like the same reason as we have seen how one transformer whooped the competition of biological women. Yeah, they of course they are not going to let this one fly in their own countries, but they don't have problems playing ball just to clown on other nations. That's the thing. They don't have problems using like the things they hate against others. And since the other nation doesn't want them really, well, they're so permissive in certain aspects. That's the whole reason why this feature, oh man, is causing a lot of problems for those morons. So you see LOL True Shields for AAA, and you see this one from Error Apple. People think anyone can enjoy games and express their interest. That's true, but people in Turkey, Iraq, and many Middle Eastern countries consistently view sexualized depictions of women in media as negative, inappropriate, or outright haram. This colors their view on video games in a way that might not align with the Western secular game culture. It's no wonder they find alignment with the leftist woke journalist who wants to fight against the male gaze. Because yeah, they have been exposed, especially this one from Jordan. I support trans rights in the US, and just like shut the fuck up. And then Simp Potaro saying this textbook is racism. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's what they said to send about China when they say they push censors in certain video games, but those exact same video games they don't push it elsewhere because they know they want the money. They need to make that money back. So they are not going to censor in the West, but in China they are gonna do. For example, Nike. They released Nike for the Chinese servers and it has censorship, but they didn't got take globalist route. I know that's a South Korean game, but she felt, in whatever reason, decided to enter that market, despite its issues and over more competitive one. But there is that, and this is fuckers claiming my racism. Just pointed out part of your ethnicity is going to bring eyebrows. Hey, you are from a country that is so against this. Why are you trying to say it's okay for other countries and trying to push them so hard on said countries, despite that we have seen that is bringing a lot of problems? Yeah, this one is going to be. Oh man, I was watching that one from the main government accounts from the U.S. Like for example, the Department of Homeland Security. That is account created in Israel, the tiny hot land, and I'm just thinking, that's playing quite a lot. Oh man, and this fucker calling it playing the racism card and just to emerald up Apple dunking on this retard. And yet you didn't say that you don't hold those views. Oh man, seriously. Oh look, his trans rights are cool. Journalists, trans people need representation. CPR, Messenberg with trans women in the shelter and genders are not just normal thing in society. Journalist, this is getting transphobic. Yes, at this point I have to say, this is the kind of discourse we're seeing. I heard from Romanian Beat that they expose a lot of Latin American accounts, especially from Mexico and parts of Argentina and Chile, that they were LARPing as Japanese otakus, pushing for censorship. I'm fucking disappointed. Well, not for Argentina. I followed some Argentinian accounts that they never had it, that they were from there, but they defended the hobbies they enjoy. Yeah, I'm more disappointed in Mexico because they fuck up so hard. They double down on leftism and wokeness and censorship. But well, to stay on topic, since we are talking about LARPing as another nation to push certain ideologies, why don't we look at this one? So this one posted by Air Katana. Guy constantly posting about how Japan's so-called authoritarian right-wing government is oppressing foreigners and gays. From Brazil. So Gaijin talks. He's living to his name. Tweeting about Japanese politics, LGTB 3D smart screen rights, and social issues. Of course, he was going to block his ass because. No, excuse me. This fucker, it was going to block this guy's ass. But it was expected because when these fuckers get exposed. Man. Is at least this is kind of a replacement for the likes are not public anymore. They we used to see the likes, but now we having an interesting one. So you see, account based in Brazil, one username changed last on October 22nd, but connected via United States App Store. Yeah, and it's no surprise. So everyone can see in all of those accounts for everyone. So you see, it seems like you did not like Japanese laws and society. Have you considered going back to where you came from? Because, yeah, he has been exposed for quite a while. Tweeting about Japanese politics. Well, look at this one as we read that before. Waiting for the legalization of same-sex marriage in Japan. I hope in Japan never does it and always remain Japanese. And hey, Japan has produced homosexual content, but because they were appealing to that target audience, and it was never forced. But what these fuckers want to push is the same fucking ideology that brain rotted the West. And to end this, since we are still on topic about this, I was looking at this one from Espumoro, this guy from Japan. So, due to the exposure of their nationalities, feminist accounts have been revealed to be from China and South Korea. Hey, we have said that for once. South Korea, if not many times already mentioned it, has the most disgusting, the most vicious, the most violent, the most evil feminist that has ever been given birth on this earth. They have done a lot of shit. Hell, I was looking for that history that really brought me a lot of attention, where a feminist, just because for being a feminist and her fucking ego of a woman, led to the disaster that killed a lot of people. And I want to see more details because I don't have it right now. But considering how is that behavior of those said feminists, I will not be surprised. And for China, China has made feminism illegal in certain ways. They are cracking down on the feminist viewpoint because yes, why would China want an ideology that brings extinction of humanity? And yes, it's an undeniable reality that feminism's cause stir up in between men and women because women turn insufferable pieces of shit and men don't want to stick to that anymore and they are not getting married. They walk away from women. And since men are the ones that actually bring most of the power to a nation, yeah, China is cracking down on that. But A, since they want their enemies to get them destroyed, to bring their enemies down, they are going to push this ideology onto other countries. And they hate Japan. Even if you want to say, oh, but from the past is the past. The people that already did those crimes that they still crying about, they are already dead. There is a newer generations that they just really want to walk away on all of this, and they walk away. And these fuckers are still saying, oh well, they need to pay for their sins from the crimes from their past. The newer generation need to pay for the crimes of the past generations. Just like, motherfucker, why do you want to bring such a hate? Yeah, hate doesn't bring nothing but more hate. And yes, feminism is a fucking tool of destruction. Just look at collective shit with Estrella and all the other countries. Look at fucking Spain, man. Look at fucking Spain. The feminists in Spain infested and helped to spread feminism in Latin America to insane levels. Their first target was Argentina. And Jesus Christ, man, in the past I covered a video that to this name, Lucio Dupuy. I keep mentioning that name because that was such a horrible case. And he was a feminist with all the stereotypes possible. So yes, other accounts LARPing as Japanese to push these ones is not surprising at all, but they are finally getting exposed. And just to end this with the Espumoro post, if you consider that there are many radical feminists in South Korea or that there was interference from China for the purpose of manipulating public opinion, the mystery of White Post, which sprays more hatred without even 1 millimeter of substance, receiving tens of thousands of likes, is also solved. Yeah, because they can vote those likes. So you are seeing this. 3 post 3F9. No way, that's hilarious. I just witnessed the moment when an account pretending to be Japanese woman bashing Japanese men for an overseas audience, changing its location from South Korea to unknown. They probably don't want it to be known, huh? Yes, they are. I have seen this one. Korea. Oh no, man. Women's painful life in Japan. Oh no. Yes, just this one is going to bring a lot of a lot of ass hurts They it is a fucking enema. It's an enema, but they instead of using water, they just exploded fucking spicy sauce on their asses, on their anuses. And yes, I went nasty there, but this is what's going to happen for the next days. We are going to see a lot of these accounts LARPing as and other countries. It's going to bring a lot of restructuring in social perspectives. Yes, social perspectives. Because people are going to see which country is the one that wants to feel them morally entitled than others and have been trying to push those ideologies. That's something that I really wanted to cover because, yeah, for a country, especially even for Japan, when they have been attacked for their video games, what we have covered for all of these fucking platforms, Visa, MasterCard, all the censorship, console manufacturers like Sony and Nintendo pushing censorship, DEI, globalist nonsense, and all the things like, for example, the H1 visas in bringing from India because I think that's the one that is people focusing the most. The India, which is are the ones working on Microsoft. Oh man, and that's place what the fucking Fun Explorer doesn't fucking work. So that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.